Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Film Shilm.
Hello! He's in my camera.
8th episode, right?
Yeah.
And
We're going to try to be a bit more coordinated this time around. It's
try.
not just going to be like all over the place.
So, as you all know, this time we are looking at Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein from 2025.
Mr. Del Toro.
Our first Del Toro film.
I'm glad this is our first one. It's more recent.
Well.
It's.
I hope it's the first of many.
It's
I know we gotta watch
his newest one. It's his latest
film.
But it is what a film. What a masterpiece.
What an absolute gorgeous masterpiece. I think we should.
All right.
Let's start with our overviews, right?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your first one?
Now, just a little background. Guillermo del Toro is one of my favorite directors of all time. I'm pretty sure the audience knows by now from the last Frankenstein episode that Frankenstein is one of my favorite books of all time.
We know.
Right, yep.
Stories of all time.
This is also
Right
Mahir's,
there.
by the way.
Yeah. Nobody does sympathetic monsters like Del Toro.
To be fair, this wasn't Del Toro's story to begin with, because this was all.
No.
But I tell you something.
But the way he portrayed it.
I tell you something. Every film, we'll get to some other Del Toro films. Every film of Del Toro's is deeply, deeply inspired by Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It is very all the
Even if you watch
themes,
Pan's Labyrinth, it's like,
Pan's
okay, yeah, I
Labyrinth,
can see
Shape
it.
of Water, Hellboy.
That's what I'm saying. Especially with the elements from Shape of Water, you can see how much it is like it's coalesced into this.
Is
Pinocchio,
based
oh
on
my god.
Frankenstein.
2022. That's the project right before this
Del
one.
Toro himself has said he was 7 years old when he first saw the 1931 film, and it stuck with him.
Yeah.
How old is Del Toro?
He's not that old.
not
You
that
could be
old.
just. We were 25 when we watched that 31 film.
Listen,
My God.
So he
Anyways.
was 7 when he watched the film, and he has been obsessed with the Frankenstein monster. In fact, in his house, I don't know if you've seen there's pictures of his house. He has a room specifically dedicated just to Frankenstein.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's full of Frankenstein memorabilia. It's a little, it's a room that's basically a shrine.
It's a shrine.
essentially.
That's incredible.
And like I said, nobody does this better. So for me, this was when I heard this was being made, I was like, oh my God,
This
my
is
favorite director adapting my favorite book. This is gonna be peak. So going into it, and if you see the trailers, the trailers are
Gen Z lingo. He's like,
extremely.
this is peak.
That is peak. No, he's right though.
These trailers were extremely. Everything that was shown in the trailers was very book accurate. So I was so hyped to get the most book.
You still
accurate,
watch trailers.
Hang on, I do watch trailers. I was so hyped to get the most book accurate adaptation. However,
Can I add one thing really quick
Yes.
about the book adaptation? We actually watched half of this film together, and I know it's like just quick part of the overview when he gets to the house. Remember, he gets
The old man shack.
He
Yeah.
gets so excited. This
I
man
was
literally
so
started
excited.
going,
Yeah.
"Yes, it's
Because we
book
talked
accurate."
about it
Book
in the
This
last
man
time.
screamed, "It's book accurate." So
Because we talked about this last time.
Last time.
He's a
Just so
happy
you
boy.
guys know, you guys didn't hear it in our previous episode on Frankenstein because I cut all that out. I had a feeling we're gonna watch a more book accurate version of Frankenstein, so we didn't give you any spoilers for a 100-plus-year-old book. But here we are with something incredible. Because when I was watching it myself, I was like, wow. I know what's happening. He already told me last episode. I'm like, damn it. I hate you, Mahir.
I'm so sorry.
I saw the old guy part, and I mean, I had him there to be like, "It's book accurate. It's book accurate."
Shout out to Argus Finch.
Argus Filch, yeah, he was
Argus
the
Filch.
old man.
The-
But thing is,
The one, that guy, the cat
Yes,
in Harry
he's in
Potter.
Hot Fuzz.
He's in Hot Fuzz.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
should be our first Edgar Wright movie. I
I
don't
think
know.
that's a good option. Anyways, but going into this, I was really excited to get a book accurate adaptation, and I think you noticed that I was a bit crestfallen in the first half of the film when I was like,
Yes,
this is not book
that's
accurate
true.
so far.
I didn't understand the first
And
word you
the
used.
first half, a lot of
yeah.
Victor's Tale is not book accurate. And I guess the book accurate, most accurate title still sticks with the 90s Kenneth Branagh version. However, that being said, this is the most accurate adaptation
With the
and
monster?
representation of the monster / creature. It is perfection. And I will go more in depth
Later
about
on.
it later on. But that's my overview on it. So there are a lot of things that I liked about this,
Right.
but there's a lot of things I didn't like about it.
So one of the major things I want to talk about is more of a philosophical point about adaptations as a whole and what it means to adapt something to a screenplay and then to the big. The idea of a cinematic tale, something that's born for cinema. Okay, because we'll get further on into that later, but I feel like it's a genuine conversation that we need to have and how we set up our own ideals of what it means to be on the big screen.
And it's a shame that this was on Netflix.
I mean, why?
To be fair,
Is
it is.
it
I feel
a-
like
I-
it is the
I-
best
I-
Netflix film I've ever seen. But I feel like it's the best Netflix film that's come out.
100% agree.
I want to see the.
If you say Al Camino, I'm gonna beat
no,
you.
no, no.
What's the best Netflix film?
I don't think there's a best, but I wouldn't say this. This is
He's gonna say Bright. Oh
no.
my God.
I don't. No.
Turn it off, turn it off.
I hated that film, by the way.
My overview of the film is there's a lot of things I noticed in this. To be fair, I love the movie. I unfortunately had to watch it in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Same.
But the first part I watched, I don't know. To me personally, with modern cinema, I'm getting regressed on it simply because everything these days feels like they shoehorned a TV show into a 3-hour segment.
Okay.
It's not to say that it's really bad in this. Other films do it worse. It's not that I say it's bad. It's the fact that it's just a trend these days, and I've seen it. Like there was a film from the Hunger Games franchise recently.
Yeah.
The one that focused on snow. Where was it?
Yeah.
That felt like it was multiple episodes of the same story in one long
You're
sequence.
Right. It's interesting you say this because nowadays, anytime something gets announced, I really can't tell if it's a series or a movie.
Exactly, and that I feel like that started with The Mandalorian and how that started treading ground of making it more film-like. When The Mandalorian started, when TV shows started becoming more film-like, films started becoming more TV-like, and now we're in this
middle space where it's neither.
And the TV shows nowadays are all like what episodes are an hour and 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
We're in movie territory. So what are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyways, that weird rant aside, I love this movie. It's great.
Your overview?
I have a very quick one because a lot of it is the same from the original Frankenstein. Just it depressed me. This movie.
It still depressed you.
Thoroughly depressed me. The ending was a little like I had a little smile on my face at the end, but up until that point, the whole film just depressed me, and I hate Victor. I have in my notes. Let me see if I can. I have it in all caps. I have it in all caps.
I hate Victor.
I have it written where I hate Victor. I absolutely despise Victor. Like I genuinely despise the man.
Right.
And I think his redemption arc, he didn't deserve such an easy redemption arc.
That just goes to show. I think that just goes to show the kindness of the monster.
Exactly, and also, I feel like because it was edited such a non-linear fashion, you don't have that time lapse, like the lapse of time, or especially for the two characters, because they've been chasing each other for a very long time.
I have a thing about that, by the way. We'll get that when we get into the film. But okay, so I think overall overview's good.
Yeah,
we can get into like
the fan comments.
So guys, this is our feature fan
segment 2,
part 2. Today we have with us Ali. He's joined us on our podcast.
Okay, so I'm Ali Tahir. I've been in the script writing industry for over 5 years now.
Wow.
And I am pursuing this professional filmmaking scene that I call it. I don't know. But I'm here to talk about Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro. And that's it.
Before we start, I'm going to ask you one quick question. If you had to name your favorite film of all time, what would it be?
That's such
a terrible question as well.
I'm just off the top of your head.
It's not that tough for me. The Godfather. It has to be.
Okay. Godfather fan.
A screenwriter. Right?
I'm a Godfather fan. I like you already. Fit. All right, now let's get into.
It insists upon itself.
So let's get into the actual film. What was your take on Del Toro's Frankenstein? Aapko kya laga? What did you feel? What was your overview?
I mean, it's the greatest Frankenstein movie yet.
Okay.
To be really honest, but the main thing is that it's really, it goes toe to toe with the novel. But at the same time, it has its own elements that's really great. It's not something that जो लोग novel पढ़ते हैं उनको ये movie अच्छी लगेगी because it has added its own beautiful features. Like the cinematography is crazy. I don't think
100%.
We're having any better movie than this in terms of cinematography for a long time. And then the costumes, oh my god, the sets.
That's a
he's done his work.
Michelin star right there.
And the best thing about it is that when he does these color sequences, like for example, the coffin scene with his mother, he makes sure that the viewers appreciate it and looks at the scene. So like normally in a normal movie that would be about 2 to 3 seconds of a scene when they're taking his mother in a coffin, but with Del Toro, he's making sure that the viewers see it. So he's made that scene of about 10 seconds long, just to show that how much work I've put in all the costumes, in all the settings and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's something that I really appreciate.
That's a very important point. Like, it's what we're watching a movie. We're not reading it. We're not listening to it.
It's
We're
a
watching
visual
it.
medium.
And
Exactly.
that is, I think Del Toro really excels
He
in
does.
his ability
So he
to
loves
just
movies.
the creation of the set, costume pieces. All right. So,
And by the way, this is Del Toro's best movie.
Wow.
Okay, that's
That's a
high
big
praise.
name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pacific
I
Rim. It beats
mean,
Pacific Rim.
Shape of Water was good. It was good. Pinocchio was.
Okay.
Oh my god, I love
Okay.
Pinocchio, really. But alright, it's
I don't
interesting.
know.
No, it's a good,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
wonderful
I don't
take.
know.
So, all right, now,
Yeah.
is there something you did not like about this film? Is there something that you said,
Or you would have done differently yourself
or you would have
as a
done
writer.
differently? That's a better way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would have kept the creature point of view. You know, that he wasn't as nice as they've shown him.
Right.
Like he killed his little brother.
He did.
First of all, he and then not only did he kill him, he also like plotted it all for I think so the maid was caught up in the act. Then he killed his best friend as well. So he was there to make Victor suffer.
Yes.
Right.
So they like
Yeah, I
humanized
would like-
the
Yeah, that's a
creature.
big
Yeah,
point
he
for
humanized it a bit too
too
much.
Oh.
And then I
That's
also
something I
didn't
dislike.
like the fact that Victor was like in love with his brother's fiance, where like in the novel he was in love like directly with it.
With Elizabeth.
So-
Elizabeth
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
William was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. I actually didn't know that. Thank you, Ali. That's
Yeah.
new information to me. So overall, what do you think any director, scriptwriter, actor, actress, set designer, anything, what do you think they could take from this film, they could learn, and they could implement in their future projects?
I mean, like if you have the budget, just go for it.
yeah.
Just go
Honestly,
crazy.
you know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just go for it. Bring back the early 2000s where like they used to go crazy when they had
Yeah.
a bit of budget.
All
in it.
physical
Yeah,
sets before
yeah.
the
So-
peak CGI era.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen some of these
So,
newer films
like-
where it's very CGI heavy and
Yeah.
it's just, it kills it.
It's trash.
It's not to say
fun.
that this film doesn't have CGI,
But
but
it's
it
very
does.
minimal.
But it's very
it's
minimal.
done well.
Very minimal.
It's
It's done
tastefully
well.
done.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So, thank you. Thank
Any
you so much
closing
for-
remarks?
Yeah.
Any closing remarks?
before I get to that part?
Yeah. By the way, I'm a huge Bride of the Frankenstein fan. So
I thought he's about to
I'm
say
really
you're
excited.
Bridesmaids fan. I was gonna be like, I was gonna lose my mind, dude.
Guys, I love your
No.
Bridesmaids episode.
So I'm really excited about Christian
Christian Bale.
Bale's movie.
There's another
Yeah,
movie called The
he-
Bride.
Is it
yeah,
coming out?
It's
The
coming out
Bride.
in March, I think.
And it's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's I'll show you the
So,
trailer.
I'm
It's
really-
Frankenstein meets Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
the bride and the monster, and they're like Bonnie and
And
Clyde in these American.
it's also really cute to see that, like I think so in the early 19s, a year apart, both of these movies came out, and it's
Yeah.
the same scene right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
So,
That's
like
really
I mentioned this a
interesting
few times before, we're getting a resurgence of classic monsters, and I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Robert Eggers is also making a werewolf movie now, so
Oh wow.
I'm excited.
Now we just need
I hope
Invisible
they.
Man.
I hope they make a Phantom of the Opera.
All right.
That would
Yeah.
be really great.
Wow.
Okay, guys.
All right, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Ali,
Thank you
for
so much,
joining us.
everybody.
Thank you for
Thank
taking
you
the
so
time
much.
out. Thank you for taking the time out to be in the podcast, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.
So let's start off with a couple of comments that we got, especially
Okay.
in the poll that Mahir
Yeah,
put up.
yeah.
First comment, let's go directly to YouTube into our community tab. We usually put our community tabs up after we film an episode. So please leave your comments there, what you think about the future film that's coming up. And then we can put you into the discussions, and maybe you can be picked to be a feature
Feature
fan.
fan, yeah.
Okay, so Maggie's back.
Yeah.
for this episode. Maggie's back.
She sent her comments on the last Frankenstein film. She's a big Frankenstein fan.
Hold on, let me not read more beforehand this time. Okay, it was a fantastic film, visually stunning as well. I also like how faithful it was to the book mostly, especially in terms of how the creature is supposed to look versus how he's expected to, according to the mainstream media, ugly and monster-like. The creature was handsome but gave off an uncanny valley effect that tended to disturb and unsettle people. Not quite alive, but not quite dead either.
That's what we were talking about. With
This was captured perfectly in this particular adaptation. No complaints at all. A good watch.
I think that basically sums up.
It's a really
wrap
good
up the
summary.
episode. I think she's just done it.
Yeah,
She's
Maggie
wrapped
just
up
did
the
it for
entire
us.
episode. It's perfect. What is our second comment?
I mean, Jacob Elordi. Yeah, that's a good casting.
He was not. He was cast 9 weeks before filming.
No way.
Do you know who the original monster was going to be?
Who?
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, he's also a pretty boy.
But Jacob Elordi, the way he played the character,
He did.
is perfect.
He did
I
a
get
very.
it. I get
I
it.
cannot imagine Andrew Garfield in it at all.
But you know how much I love Andrew.
I know,
Garfield.
but
We all love
Jacob Elordi did so well. Anyways, here's our
Okay,
next comment.
Aisha from
Aisha's-
last week. She's left a comment again.
From last week.
She was in Feature Fan.
Oh, this Aisha.
Yeah.
What a beautiful movie. Love the visuals, set design, costume, and the creature's makeup were all amazing. The way they showed the creature's innocence and wonder was captivating. Really made you hurt for him throughout, which you don't like as much.
No, I didn't say that.
You said you didn't like how humanized he was.
I didn't say that at all. I said he was too humanized, which I agree with Ali.
Okay, the way they showed the creature's innocence and wonder was captivating. Really made you hurt for him throughout, which I'm pretty sure you have points on this.
I do.
On how humanized he was. Also, love the last scene. How content he looked in the sun contrasted with the first time he saw it. Gorgeous film
That is actually wow.
Can I just say?
with the sunrise and everything. Yeah,
Can
I
I
get
just
it.
say this just really goes to show the value of set design and prosthetics and makeup and everything physical that goes on into behind the scenes.
Right.
Because if an average audience member can tell the difference and actually appreciate it, CGI can't do that.
It's worth it then, isn't it? It was completely worth it then.
What do we have anything else?
We got a bunch of comments that were sent to us on Instagram as well. Okay, so Mohammed Emmett says, I was genuinely blown away by Frankenstein by Del Toro. First of all, the production quality was on another level, easy, even by the standards of a typical high-budget film. This felt exceptionally refined. I can't. And meticulously crafted. Every frame looked intentional, detailed, and cinematic, which is true. Remember that point I made last time? It was that people just use film as a medium just to get their story through with, and because it's just film in general. And Del Toro is like a director that feels like, you're watching something. I want to give you some eye candy to look at too.
So much eye candy.
Which is phenomenal. I absolutely love the direction and the way the story was told. The transition between past and present were seamless and beautifully structured. Never confusing, always emotionally resonant. The narrative flowed so smoothly that I felt completely immersed from start to finish. Don't tell that to anyone who likes French New Wave. Immersion, they don't like immersion. The story itself was painfully beautiful. It carried a deep emotional weight that stayed for me for a long time after the credits rolled. From the acting to the VFX, from the prosthetics to the cinematography, everything felt masterfully executed. The way the scenes were shot, the lighting, the composition, and the atmosphere was simply out of this world.
I think we're going to expand on that ahead, yeah?
Yeah, coming up, because I got a bunch of things from camera. You have a bunch of things from set, and you guys have the thematic things that you guys want to go through. And I honestly can't remember the last time I watched a film that kept me hooked for this, kept me this hooked and left me this mesmerized. It wasn't just a film; it was an experience.
Yeah.
No, that's also a really good way of putting it.
This gives me hope for the future of film. You know, there's a wave going on. Cinemas dying, theaters are dying, and all that. But no, there's people that want to watch art.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
So Abdul Mari messaged and he said, I think they depicted many things in a limited time, which is a good thing. 2 hours and 30 minutes. What do you guys think? Limited time?
I don't think there was a limit. I think the pacing was fine in that regard.
Yeah. It was a good movie and an engaging one. Moreover, I think beyond greed and lust, it also depicted the cost of misunderstanding. For example, the creature was in misunderstanding that is having a continuous pain to end. And that it should die until Frankenstein told it to live its life. Similarly, Frankenstein was paying the cost of misunderstanding that he has created something that's evil. Besides that, the negative energy of Frankenstein forced onto him to believe every other person is bad.
Yeah.
So it was a depiction of a different human nature and emotions. Oh, and about cinematographer and visuals. I like the visuals and the storytelling technique.
Thank you. There's a
There's a good overview of everything.
I love that everyone's really sent in their most detailed,
Yeah.
wonderful takes.
Yeah.
And,
Like genuinely believe.
No, a lot of fans have, and then there's just one friend that I know who sent a one-line review.
Yeah, he sent me.
I love.
No, it's in the.
Yeah.
He sent it
He
to me.
hated this movie. It's so emo.
Thank you, James. I love you, bro.
Hated this movie. It was so emo.
And I'm glad that it's not for everyone. That's like the beauty of discourse.
Yeah.
So I have a main point about Victor that is.
But before we do that, gentlemen, I feel like I have been vindicated. I've been somehow retroactively Del Toro listened to me.
Words, I'm scared. He's on Letterboxd.
He listened to me somehow, and then he changed his script after he released the film. Is that remember?
Just for you.
Just for me, and I love Del Toro for this. He's my best friend. What happened was that. Remember in the Frankenstein episode,
1931.
Frank 31.
Our 6th episode.
I was talking about how I wanted to see more of Victor to be Henry there in that film, but like them to be more of a showboat, show how excellent they were and how ahead in the field they were from everyone else. And this then obviously just leads to my first clip.
Turn that on at once. Yes. At once, Charlotte. This is the future. This is possible. Why not study it? Why not quantify it? This is unholy. An abomination.
That's practical, right? The
God gives life, and God takes it.
God.
Perhaps God is enough. And it is we that must amend his mistakes.
Thank you,
Don't let these old
Dr. King.
fools
I love
extinguish your
Christoph
voice.
Waltz.
The answers only come when coaxed by disobedience.
this, the way that he's like yelling, the way he's like he knows because he set out to do this since he was a very young child. That the fact that he pulled it out to show I am its master.
Yes.
Even though later on we realized the fact that he knew he didn't have much more time.
Yeah.
But a professor, and then takes that ego.
Yeah.
I feel like was missing because we have those moments in the original Frank movie. But that's when when he was challenged.
When he's challenged.
Right?
It's not.
We have two
Yeah.
moments we
It's not a
discussed.
continuous showboat.
You need to be any great man or woman. You need to have a bit. You need to have an ego.
Exactly, and his ego throughout. But this, I feel like this was the exemplary moment. What I wanted I wanted to see why he was expelled from that university in the first movie, and that's like when I said that time, like 20 more minutes would go a long way. This is what I mean.
This is what
Just having a moment like this show and elevates the story tenfold, just showing us. And plus Oscar Isaacs, man.
I love
What a
that
man.
you brought this up because Guillermo del Toro himself has said that he wanted exactly to show this aspect.
Told you,
The
we're
show-
best friends. We're best friends.
the showmanship. And he said specifically, by name, he was like, I wanted Victor to be like this rebellious rock star. He used the
Exactly.
words rock star. He said, I sort of modeled him a bit like Mick Jagger. Like
Right,
he's this rock
right,
star
right.
who challenges the authority, who shows off, who does things that are obscene but cool. You know, he loves the spotlight and basking in that spotlight.
Exactly, which is
And that's
important
exactly
for
what
his
Del Toro
character.
based it off of, which is I love that you said that. But in between, you mentioned something. That puppet, that creature, that's practical. That's
God.
actually
That's a real
there.
person?
That's not a real person, but like there's a person behind moving the hand.
Okay,
That's a
that's
glove.
really cool.
That's a real. It was a whole animatronic puppet. It was all practical.
I love
Yeah, it
that.
looks like something out of Hellboy or something out of Shape of Water.
I tell
right?
you, I'm pretty sure there's a Hellboy. I don't know if this is true or not, but there's a Hellboy reference in there. I should have brought my comic, the one that has it. But there's a comic called Hellboy and the Corpse, in which he has to. This was in the first movie as well, where
Right.
he has to drag a corpse over his back, and the corpse is only a torso, one arm, and a head.
Oh, and it's the same
And this is
here.
exactly. So when I
Okay,
saw this,
yeah.
I was like, this is probably
Del
a Hellboy
Toro.
reference.
He
So
might have
let's-
just
let's
took it
just
from
do
that
that.
movie.
It's from one single comic,
Right.
and Del Toro put it in his movie as well. The first
Right,
Hellboy
right.
movie,
Let's
it's
just do
in
it.
there.
Let's just say it is. It is.
It is. It is.
That is-
It's a throwback now.
That's awesome.
So coming to Victor's character again.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, guys. So I have this. This is one of my notes.
The
It
other
is.
side,
It
too.
is. Oh my god.
Is he,
I hate Victor.
I hate Victor. It's just in my notes. It took way too long for me to show the camera. So, because quite literally, I think ego is important, 100%. If you don't have a big ego, you are not going to keep pushing bounds to get to where you need to go to achieve that greatness.
Right.
But the biggest problem with ego is it blinds you, and it blinds you so bad. And here it's that ego, but then it's also he's constantly the smallest thing belittles him. The smallest thing belittles him, and then it sends him to this whirlwind of anger and just and then he lashes out. There's that scene, I know we're jumping ahead in the Victor thing, where he's about to burn down the whole tower.
Yeah.
And he asks asks the monster to prove his intelligence.
Yeah,
and he's like, say something other than...
When he says
Elizabeth, and I love, but before that, I love where the creature locks eyes and in like a state of defiance says Victor to be like, okay, that's the only word I know. And then he says Elizabeth. That should have been, if Victor's ego wasn't there, that should have been his, oh my God, he's intelligent. He's this, he can learn.
He can understand.
But that ego and that
Jealousy
little
aspect.
Jealousy and just the little belittlement, like he's just like, oh my God, is he trying to one-up me?
Yeah.
And that's like, you know what, I'm burning this whole place down.
Right.
Man.
So, talking about Victor, this ties into my thoughts about Elizabeth as well, which I'm going to just touch on briefly. Because in the book, Elizabeth is Victor's fiancée, and she is the most humanizing anchor to Victor.
Okay.
She is the thing that humanizes him, and his humanity stems from, I love Elizabeth, and Elizabeth loves me. What am I doing with my life? In fact, I feel like, and Ali mentioned this in his segment, his call, which is that
Our fan Ali,
that Del Toro really removed the humanity from Victor to paint him in a completely black picture.
Okay.
And he completely painted the creature in a white picture, which I disagree with. Because in the book, both characters are highly nuanced, have a lot of depth. They have good and bad. The creature, yes, it started off as bad and, upset, and it had every right to be upset. But every point after that, it makes active, conscious, aware decisions that I am taking human life.
Can I?
After that. And
Sorry, I just want to say, I think Del Toro, if that's what he was going for, he pulled it off because...
He did.
Can I tell you something? When Elizabeth got shot and William got smacked over the head and died, I actually found myself cheering a little bit. Because I was like, serves Victor, right? Because the movie did such a good job
of villainizing
Victor,
him.
villainize him, that I was happy for him to feel pain and for him to suffer. Because I was like, he deserves it.
But
that is how, because I was so
point.
emotionally attached to the creature, anything with him in a negative way, it hurt me. And anything negative that happened to Victor, I was like, he deserves it. Victor.
This is exactly my point. This is exactly the case study I've got right now, which is that in the book, and this ties into how, I remember I told you guys last time that the second Victor creates the monster, he has this moment of sheer horror and he abandons it near immediately.
Right.
Here, he takes care of it, he shaves
time.
it, it takes some time, and then he abandons it. I think that's worse, what he does in the film.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because in the book, and in the more faithful adaptations, like the 90s Kenneth Branagh version, the second he creates it, he has this realization, his morality kicks in.
Yeah.
Right.
His humanity kicks in, and he's horrified at himself. What have I done? Another point comes where is in the confrontation where the monster and Victor meet, and he says, I wish you to make me a companion, a bride.
Yeah. You mentioned this, but I cut it out.
Right. In the book, Victor is like, no, of course not. But the monster, in the movie, he is very like, please, I'm begging you. And in the book, the monster is like, I will destroy everything you love if you don't do this for me.
But he does say that in the movie.
He does say that after the fact, right?
Okay.
When he gets the immediate refusal, the firm no.
Oh, okay.
But in the book, Victor's like, okay, fine. I'll go do this for you. I owe you this much.
Oh.
And he goes to create the bride, and he almost creates the bride, and it's the moment of conception before the bride where again his humanity kicks in. He goes, no, I can't do this, and he destroys the bride. And that is the moment where the monster is like, now you've screwed up, now I'm gonna make you miserable. The monster goes and kills Elizabeth, Victor's bride. And see, now the monster is not completely pure.
He's not faultless.
He's not faultless. And that is something that I really like, where at one point, yes, that's what being human is.
Yeah.
The monster understands what it's like to be human.
Right.
Victor understands what it's like to be human. Del Toro has completely taken all the shades of gray in the book, the beautiful nuances, and made it black
That's
and
true.
white. And the changing of Elizabeth is done just to villainize Victor even more. Because
Yeah.
if Elizabeth was his human anchor, he would not be as bad. But because
Yeah.
Elizabeth herself spurns him, you hate him even more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
also
oh, this
he's-
creepy dude, he's with his younger
Brothers
brother.
or
You know?
fiance.
That's not at all the case. His younger brother is like 5 years old when the monster kills the brother.
In the book.
In the book.
In the book.
Oh.
In the book, Victor's brother is 5 years old.
Okay,
Victor's
that-
childhood is very happy. Not at all an abusive father, not at all. His mother's alive.
So it's nothing like the.
That's
The
my
movie
point
one.
exactly. You should
Okay.
realize why when I was watching the film, I wasn't, at the first half, I was quite quiet.
Yes.
Other than the snow part. But
Right.
his mother does not die at childbirth. She does die eventually.
She doesn't
I
die
think
at
William
William's
as well.
childbirth.
I'm actually forgetting if she dies at William's childbirth or not. But either way.
Regardless.
Victor himself states in the book, my childhood was very happy. I had everything I wanted. I was the happiest childhood I ever had. So that transgenerational trauma is there, but not exactly.
Okay.
Here you have villainized. Del Toro's done that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess it's important to do that because it's like with a book, you can have a lot more time to dissect and have
That's true.
nuance
Yeah.
with it.
True.
This is a movie. You only have 2.5 hours to get through what you want to show.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's important at that point that you have to be polarizing a bit because if you spent so much of that time with that nuance, he wouldn't have gotten a chance to do that boat stuff or a majority of his film.
But if you look at the movie for what it is, just the movie, take away the source material, I think Del Toro got the reaction he wanted from viewers.
Del Toro changed a lot, but the core crux themes
Still
were
Frankenstein.
still there.
It's
Yeah.
still Frankenstein.
Which is
right?
why this is still one of the most best
I'll tell you
Frankenstein
how
movies.
the core crux themes are still there.
Yeah.
I wrote a point and I genuinely thought this is some next level. Like I thought like, oh wow, I am like the greatest movie critic in history.
Is this
of
the thing
world.
where he watched the movie?
This is the thing. This is that part where I told these guys before the podcast. I was like, by the way, I was so proud of myself.
I saw the subtext, he
Because-
goes.
because
I
did-
saw the subtext.
I wrote in my notes, a monster is created, but not the creature. It's what Victor becomes after the creature comes to life. And I wrote with a little arrow that says, my opinion.
My opinion.
My opinion. It's not
He
like
watched
William
the
says
movie.
it verbatim.
He watched the movie, guys. He watched a Netflix movie that beats you over the head with a stick to say, you are the monster, Victor, or only God, only monsters play God. I hated that. This is two things that I hated was the Netflix
That was
ness
a
of
little,
it.
that was a little on the nose.
On the nose. It's because Netflix people just use their phone while they had to spell it out for you, which is what I hate.
You're the monster, Victor.
you know, for
Oh my
You know, for
god.
the longest time, have you heard this saying? I don't know if you've heard this. You clearly haven't if you thought that's your opinion. But
my
I'm
opinion.
pretty sure everyone watching who knows a bit about this has read this saying, which is that information is knowing that Frankenstein is not the monster.
Yeah.
Knowledge is knowing that Frankenstein is the monster.
Yeah.
That's been going around for decades, Hussain.
Okay, I didn't
Pretty
know
sure
that.
100 years. When was this book came out?
When did this book come
1818.
in?
Almost 200 years. More than 200 years. Yeah,
1818.
this
Yeah,
looks
over
like it's been 200
200
years. Man.
Okay.
This copy.
Okay,
It's an
so-
old copy.
yeah. I'm pretty sure Mary Shelley added these as well.
I don't know. I got this at a second-hand store.
That looks like you did it. That doesn't look
That does not look like me did it. I'm an artist.
Oh my gosh!
Why are you just going through my book, man?
You can't show them and just not us.
Oh my gosh! He keeps
go
going.
ahead.
Everything's been drawn on.
Anyways,
Okay.
okay.
Let's get on to sets.
No, I want to talk about color theory and
Yay!
Okay, let's go to
color-
I have big
color
things about
themes.
color theory. Okay, so again, I was so proud of myself. Again, I feel like they dumped it down for us again.
This is-
again.
Us?
They dumped it out for me.
Hussain, the fact that you got all these things should tell you, wow, they really had to dumb it
yeah,
down.
the, actually,
Oh, come on, that's so mean. That's so mean, dude. That is so mean. No. That's too mean.
He went, my opinion. Give me that shit.
no.
Where is it?
Keep going.
What is
Let
it?
me read it out, bro. Monster is created, but not the creature. It's what Victor becomes after the creature comes to life.
Where's in my opinion?
My opinion. It's right there underneath. This is my humble opinion.
Oh my god, there it is!
There's a little my opinion.
Oh, God.
Anyways,
I love you, Sen.
So-
I love you too.
color theory. Let's go.
I think the first thing where it hit me was walking into Victor's apartment, and there's a lot of blood on the floor, and I was like, okay, because he's playing around with life and this and that. And then there's the biggest thing, which was, and it directly sort of corresponds with the theme of this film, where he's got the red gloves. Yeah. Because all that blood is on his hands, the blood of Elizabeth, the blood of William, the blood of...
he has a ton of blood on his hands.
The old benefactor guy, Christoph Waltz, love him. Everyone...
Harlander,
Yes. And I think everyone who comes into contact with the monster is also Victor.
Did William had red gloves at one point too?
No.
William, no.
No, it was always
William's never
just
had red
Victor.
on him.
Okay.
It was always just Victor. And the biggest thing was his mom. That gorgeous red dress. It is exactly this one.
You see it flowing in the background.
Because again, it looks like blood when you drip blood in water or blood and it flows.
Oh, that's
it
good.
looks like, and I loved that.
Her death is imminent type.
And maybe not that, but just again that symbolism of this is sort of what this movie is about.
Okay.
He is giving life, or that using that to give life.
Exactly.
And by the way, I know this isn't part of this, but I'm just going to say it because we just said the mom, Oedipus complex. Victor has a huge...
Oedipus complex is definitely a part of this.
I don't know, is it part of the book? Because if it's
No.
So this is just a Del Toro
thing.
A big part of an Oedipus complex is you want to one-up your father. Because it's like, oh, why does my dad have my mom? Why can't I have my mom? Kind of vibes. So to one-up his dad, he was like, he asked his dad about death, and he's like, that you can't conquer death. And he's like, I will conquer death just to like one-up you. So again, and it goes with, they use the same actress to play his mom and to play Elizabeth.
It's the same actress.
It's the same actress.
Mia Goth?
It's Mia
because
Goth.
I saw it, I couldn't, I was like...
I have face blindness. I can't tell sometimes.
So, okay. So the exact same actress, and I think that was Del Toro's very...
It was deliberate.
Like, it was very deliberate for that Oedipus complex. He is in love with his mom, and
coming to design and color theory, there is very evident color theory going on.
Beautiful.
And if you could pull up... Now, I want to talk about Elizabeth. There is so much thought put into the character design of Elizabeth. And I'm going to go dress by dress almost. So the first dress, the first time we see the dress is very reminiscent. This is actual concept art. This is the dress. And the concept art was made to evoke the X-ray ethereal look of an anatomy. As you can see, this is the actual concept art from the film.
Oh, wow.
Right? They've got the X-ray sheets going. And if you see the dress, it does look like a bunch of layered X-ray sheets
I see it.
on top of each other, right? To show that she is this, there's so much symbolism going on. If you could just move ahead to
I
the
hated
next
her hair, the weird little peacock thing she used to do. She did that with
and at the same time, she is holding a skull
Yes.
to represent death and doom.
We can do that.
And this was also spelled out like 10 minutes prior by Christoph Waltz.
The
peach represents this
life. And then Elizabeth, like I mentioned before, she is the human anchor of this film, where Victor represents death.
Yeah.
She represents life. And it is the character of Elizabeth. I don't like I mentioned, I don't like the fact that she is not Victor's fiance. I feel like that's a very important anchor and storytelling point.
I think
for
Victor also didn't like the fact that she wasn't Victor's
You're not alone there, bud.
And thing is, but what I do like is how much they expanded on the character of Elizabeth. And she is very clearly, I see it at least, if you know Mary Shelley's biography, she is very clearly based off of Shelley. Because her entire thing was, life, there is beauty in life and all these things. Which is why it's a warning tale, Frankenstein. You see?
Is this the first YN?
What?
No.
In a lot of fanfics,
oh my God.
People put
The book
YN for your name.
The book isn't, but the film did take inspiration from Mary Shelley for the character of Elizabeth.
Okay.
And her second dress, if you could pull up the green one. This one. The design of the dress is very organic, very lifelike. Her obsession with insects and nature and plants is very evident in the way she wears her clothes. Right? She represents life and beauty. And that's greenery. Now, this scene I want to talk about.
The red and green.
There is red and green. Now, throughout we said that red is restricted to Victor and his mother. It is this scene where she is the closest to embracing Victor or doing something with Victor.
But she immediately takes off
This is the moment where Victor confesses his love for her.
Yeah.
So you can see that she is draped in green, which is her outer exterior look towards the world, and her inner side is covered in red, which is what Victor sees. She comes inside the room, she takes the green shawl off
Yeah.
and the green hat off to reveal
No, the
only
hat's
red.
Oh, so
red.
red,
Hat's
that's red.
No, from the inside it's red. From the outside it's
Really?
green.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there's a green
From the
topping. There's a
outside,
green
it's
top.
green. It's only red from the inside.
I don't know that.
So if you're looking at her face, you see red. But if you look at her from the back, it's all green. So you're not actually looking at her. So all the green aspects she takes off when she is with Victor in this room. And Victor then in that moment sees
His mom.
not exactly his mom, but the thing he is attracted to, so to speak.
His mom.
Mom.
And because there is no green, there is only red, so he sees that which he loves. And he confesses to her, and immediately she's like, sorry, no, where's the green back on, and leaves.
Like pure
The
rejection
elements of
it.
red
Yeah.
are still
Wow.
in throughout her costume. When she see in the marketplace, she's the only one with a red umbrella. So
Yeah.
she was wearing green in that sequence, but she has this red hue above her,
Oh my
which Victor
God.
notices, right?
God.
And if you get to the wedding dress, now the wedding dress has
all white.
2 points. It's
There are
all white,
wraps on
and
the
there's-
arms.
I'm getting to that. There's red on the necklace, which is the least red she's ever been.
Yes.
Right? And this is the least he sees her in that situation. But even then, because there's a tiny speck of red, he tries again and she
Yeah.
slaps him.
Yeah.
Now, this dress, the first time I saw this, I
gorgeous
immediately
dress.
recognized that there is a homage here to the original Bride of Frankenstein with the bandaged arms. Could you show again the dress, the actual dress again? The bandaged arms.
I see that,
And
I
the
see that, I see
cloth
that.
covering it. That's the original Bride of Frankenstein from 1932. So there's a homage to the design.
35?
Sorry?
35?
35,
1931
32.
and then 35.
35?
35.
Okay, it's 35. But it's a very
I can
obvious
check.
callback to that.
Oh, here we go. Here's a better close-up.
Here's
of
a
it.
better close-up to
Ooh.
it, right? But no, I want to talk about the creature.
Okay, let's get into creature then.
Yeah, okay. So like creature.
Gentlemen, I have great news.
Oh.
What great news you have.
Remember, we tried to connect our one episode to a previous
We didn't
episode.
try to. They just happened to.
This just happened, but I'm trying to start a
Okay.
new bit
Okay.
where I try to force a connection between two films.
Ali can't take no for an answer,
I
everybody.
can't. Okay, yeah, there's this one.
Okay.
If this clip, I want you to watch it. This is when his father dies.
Red hands? Red hands? That's Victor.
Shut up! Listen. You're not listening.
Bring out the dead.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
Is it to bring
Do you
out
hear
the
the
dead?
Latin?
The what?
Do you hear the Latin?
Yes.
This
Yeah,
they're
Latin.
speaking
Yes,
Latin.
yes, 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 yes.
Welcome back to Monty
Oh
Python.
my god.
Welcome back to Monty Python.
Close
and
enough.
the
Welcome
Holy
back,
Grail.
Monty Python.
Don't laugh at this.
This was forced, Ali.
No, it's not forced. Let's get into the creature, gentlemen.
No, let's not get into the creature. I mean,
I would.
I'm sure some of
Jacob
us wouldn't
Elordi?
mind. Some of us wouldn't mind getting into.
Listen.
Jacob Elordi.
So this is the description of. Don't shut up.
We already had the description from last time.
No, we don't.
I cut it
You
out.
cut it out. I checked before I thought of bringing this segment.
No, I did
This
cut
is a
it out.
description of the creature from the book. His limbs were in proportion, and I had selected his features as beautiful. His yellow skin scarcely covered the work of muscles and arteries beneath. His hair was of a lustrous black and flowing, his teeth of a pearly whiteness, but these luxuriancies only formed a more horrid contrast with his watery eyes that seemed almost of the same color as the dun white sockets in which they were set, his shriveled complexion and straight black lips. That's it. That's the description that we have.
So we don't get hair in this one. He's bald.
Yeah, but we do get it eventually.
Like he
Yeah,
came out
yeah.
bald.
It's fine that you came about, but eventually when you get to
Was
that,
he ginger? Or was just my TV just making the hair a bit weird?
yeah,
It looked a bit orange to me.
no, it's brown. Anyways, so this is the most accurate, I think, the most accurate design of the creature we've had so far. And when it comes to the reason I haven't talked much about the creature's character and writing is because I thought it was perfect, other than the more humanized aspects. Like I would have, like I mentioned with Elizabeth and the Victor,
Yeah.
that their humanization was decreased and the monsters was increased. In the book, he is much more deliberate in his choices. He does kill a 5-year-old William Frankenstein, and he kills Henry Clerval, Victor's best friend.
Yeah.
The maid is framed for the brother's
murder.
death, and he does eventually kill Elizabeth as well out of
Right.
revenge. There is an artist, the illustrations of Bernie Wrightson. He is a man who illustrated the creature very, very accurately to the book, and it has for me been the best representation of the monster. There is the illustration up there.
So the sunken cheeks from the first, from Frank 31.
It's there. Look, he's
really
a rotting,
good.
half rotting, sort of half beyond death, between death kind of uncanny valley thing. It's there.
God, I love the...
Yeah, the way he makes it. So
Yeah, man.
again, Guillermo del Toro himself said that obviously Bernie Wrightson's art was going to influence this. And there are actual recreations or influences of his art, like him between the trees is right here, right? Watching from above. And then there's one where he's hiding in the cellar of the DeLacy's right there, watching through the walls. And if you get to that last scene, Ali, there it is right there. And it's so directly almost homaging. And then there's one shot that I've loved. If you could just, that one, this one. This is the moment Victor falls asleep after thinking he's destroyed the creature, wakes up in the middle of the night to see it looming right in front of him, standing over his bedpost like this. And if you could just see the movie
Creature
version,
is
please.
jacked.
And in the movie, he is just like that.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
And seeing that visual made me so happy
Yeah.
because it was something that when the book describes it, it is truly horrifying. And I always imagined seeing it, and it made me really happy to see that sort of looming over him. From here on, I thought this is the part where Victor runs away and abandons it, but no, he stays and cares for it. And his design.
I have an interesting thing, but that's more of like during the movie where in the 1931 one, you don't actually see how the creatures put together. Here, there's a meticulous sort
it's
of
beautiful.
montage
Getting the
of
limbs,
actually
getting
like
the
getting
eye
and making
socket in there.
making the hands work and connecting the
Connecting the
nerves and
tendons.
that was a little icky,
Beautiful.
but it was
great though.
it was
so
icky, but it was
important.
so well done,
Yeah.
and it was I liked that where it's a little more realistic. We're like, okay, it actually is not just easy. It's not like, oh, I can just put this together, sew it on, and
you have
presto.
to connect the nerve endings.
Connect
You have
the
to
nerve
connect.
endings and everything.
And the whole segment where he's living in the shed and he's
With the
learning from
DeLacy's,
with the DeLacy's, and then he befriends the old man. Like, I love that. And then I knew what was coming. I knew even if you haven't read the book,
You knew
just
that
someone
to not
who's
make it.
watched enough movies knows that, okay, there's some depressing ass crap is going to happen. And exactly, he wasn't the one responsible for the wolves. The wolves get the old man and then they blame him.
Yeah.
And it's just, and how the old man's just so sweet. And he's like, you're my friend. And I cried. I genuinely actually cried when the monster learned that, like, the old man would like pat the little girl's head as a
Anna
thank
Marie,
you. And
yeah.
when he became friends and the old man
he
was
goes
like, you're my friend, and he grabs his own and he does the, I cried. I actually cried a little bit.
Beautiful, man.
No.
I
Break
think you
your
brought,
chains.
we talked about this while we were watching the film, which is there is a narrative structure
Right.
to how the story is told in the film, talking about the film, where the captain meets Victor Frankenstein and Victor Frankenstein tells the captain his story.
Right.
And then the creature shows up and the captain's like, I know you're a monster. And the creature's like,
Let me tell
all
my
right,
story.
let me tell you my story. And they just sit down and have a yap session. The book starts with the captain's journal. Oh, we've met
Oh,
this
the
man
captain is in the book.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
I
know
love
that.
the captain in the
Oh,
book.
I did not know this. I did not expect
so
this.
I
sorry.
to
thought
be
the
a-
captain was
The
just
book
Yeah, yeah.
starts.
Del
No.
Toro's thing.
The
on the
book-
Arctic ice.
the book starts with the captain on the Arctic ice saying, I'm going to go discover the North Pole like this one wants
Wow! I thought this was for the movie.
to. No.
Give him
and
a
then
give
they
him a
meet-
Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow.
And then they meet this stranger in the ice, and the stranger is is dying, and he just brings him on board. He's like, dude, you okay? And the
okay?
stranger is like, just slowly gets his bearings, and the stranger aista asks, so what are you doing, Captain? What brings you to the ice, sort of? And he's very quiet and everything, and the captain is like, oh, I'm here to search for glory, and I wish to be the one who discovers the North Pole. And the man says, I see myself in you. I too once like you seek glory. Let me tell you my tale, and maybe you will change your mind.
Yeah. Okay, he says it in the movie as
Says
well.
it in
Yeah.
the movie as well.
Crazy.
That's where it
dog.
starts.
Right,
and then he
right.
sits him down and he tells him his
how do we-
entire
how do
story.
we-
I'll tell you. And as Victor is telling his story, Victor gets to the point where he abandons the creature. He goes back home. He finds out his brother's been killed. He finds out his servant has been hanged for the killing of her brother. He suspects something's not right here. And then eventually he is confronted by the creature. Victor is telling the captain, and there the creature came to me and confronted me. And now Victor is telling the creature's tale to the captain, कि creature ने मुझे ये बताया.
Oh.
In the confrontation.
So the
Throughout,
the
the captain does not meet the creature.
That's what okay.
Throughout, we are told the creature's tale through Victor's perspective.
Right.
And the book ends with the captain hearing this scream, this painful scream, unlike any human ever. And he goes to Victor's room and he sees Victor is dead peacefully on the bed.
Right.
And the creature is above Victor's body weeping.
Oh, okay.
And this is the first time the captain sees the creature. And he's like, holy shit, this guy was telling the truth. There's a monster. And the creature turns to the captain, he says, and the captain basically implies, oh, I know your story, sort of. And the creature says, and the captain asks him, why do you weep so for him? I know your story, so like, what?
Yeah.
And he goes, as much as I hated this man, as much as I wanted to ruin his life, he was my only connection to this world and the only person in this world that I call family. And now he is gone and I am truly alone.
Yeah.
And then he gets up and he leaves the ship and he says to the captain, he carries Victor's body and he takes it outside. He says, I will leave you be and I will see myself destroyed. For now my creator has gone. There is no purpose to my life because my only purpose to my life up till now was to torment him. And now
I don't got that no more.
I don't got that no more. And now I will see to it that I am destroyed. And he leaves the ship and it is assumed that he destroyed himself. He is not immortal. He is not healing.
He doesn't have a Wolverine.
He's not Wolverine, you know, he's not a superhero.
By the way, what was your take on that part of the thing?
Like Wolverine
the
healing
factor. Did you like that? Did you not like that?
I kind of liked it.
Dude, it helps with the movie. It helps with the movie so much.
Secondly, I sort of romanticize the creature. I'm like, oh my god, I love him. So he's kind of like a superhero, you know? So I'm like loving that. And I like that detail. I like that he's immortal and all that. And I like, especially, the book does not end with Victor forgiving him. Victor dies before he can ever do that. You know, they don't get closure. Here they get closure. Yeah. And I liked it. I know I agree with that. Okay, he didn't deserve it. But I understood Victor's humanity from the book.
I liked it
too. So that's why I was like, I like this ending.
The thing is, I liked it too, but just for the creature.
Coming to some of the technical, practical stuff, the set design.
Sets.
I think at one point you or Anush mentioned, wow, there's a lot of CGI in this.
Yes.
I was like, no, there's not.
It feels like there is.
It feels like it because it's got that bit of a hazy mist going on in the color grading.
Which is such a good choice. But the Toro's been doing that forever.
That's his
signature.
Mystical. It creates this mystical, dreamy look. You know,
I love it.
His every set, everything you see was practical. The lab was those giant batteries. They were real.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Set
I
was
told you
practical.
a thing. It took 9 months to build that set.
Which is ironic. 9 months. You know, they created life after 9 months.
So Del Toro loves magic realism. The magic realism. You know the term, right? For the literary movement where you have this one fantastical element in a very realistic setting.
Yeah.
And Frankenstein counts as that because it's sci-fi.
It is
but
sci-fi.
the way they approach it turns into magic realism.
It's dark fantasy.
Yeah.
Del Toro is a dark fantasy guy.
Yeah,
You know
he
from
loves
Pan's
it.
Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth, my God.
And
it's
so
beautiful.
every set design, all those body parts and all that blood and all those pieces were real. Him shoving that stuff, that kneecap into that body were all real props and everything, right?
Wow.
They had a Jacob Elordi set piece that they...
with the one
body
eye?
double, with the one eye that they put into. They had a Christoph Waltz, Harlander's body double that they threw to create that crushed head. That wasn't CGI either.
That was what the take that they had.
That was
And
crazy. I love
you know the ship? They built a ship!
I love that.
You know what? Sometimes you need an arc.
A huge 2-scale ship in the middle of a parking lot because they couldn't fit it in a studio.
I love it.
To the masts they
I
built.
love it.
Dude, that's
I love
It was real, and they created a gimbal underneath the ship so that when Jacob Elordi's
Pushing
pushing
it,
the ship's actually moving.
That's crazy.
Wow,
That's all real.
That's really cool.
They built the ice around it.
Okay, you know that
Who
just
owns it? Like Netflix owns the movie, right?
I'm not sure, actually, but
Like, who
It says a
produced the
This is a
film?
Netflix film. But if this was Universal, you know for a fact, all of these like props and everything would have already been in Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And you could have, man, that's why I love Universal,
I love that
man.
about that. And then you know the part where that dream where he sees that angel of death.
Yeah.
That was a real guy in a suit.
I love it.
That wasn't
Can I
CGI
say
either. I
something?
saw behind the scenes footage of it's a proper. That's a full costume, mask and all. And he just sort of comes forward. The only thing CGI in that is the fire behind
Can
him.
I say
that's kinda
something
cool. That's cool.
with
It's kinda cool.
the time we're in today, like with AI and this and advancements in computers and all that stuff? I don't think like this stuff should not die.
It can't die.
It can't
We
die.
can't let it die. If we start engaging in AI slop,
Yeah.
it is going to die.
You
We
lose the
have
beauty
to,
of it.
You have to show filmmakers that yes, this stuff works. We love it.
Looking
we
at
need it.
everything, every
Yeah.
comment that the fans gave.
Exactly.
This was my point. Everybody understood that they could tell.
It was so
there was some CGI
visually
here,
striking.
but they could
Yeah.
tell it was
Tactile
all
nature.
built.
And
It's
it
real.
was 100% worth it. All that effort was worth it. All the money they spent was worth it because it is provided a viewing experience
100%.
that is
unparalleled.
exactly.
You cannot see this. This is why I say I wish this wasn't on Netflix. I wish this was a theater release. I would have loved to see this on IMAX.
Dude.
Yeah.
And you know that tower, the tower where he builds the monster?
Yeah.
That was a miniature actual set that they scaled up and they actually blew it up for that blow up sequence.
It's worth it.
Crazy.
It's worth it.
Crazy.
Considering.
And I love this is again it's Del Toro's
Yellow Del
visual
Toro.
treats.
He's just an
are-
artistic Michael Bay.
He is. He definitely is. The book when it was first published was called Frankenstein or
Prometheus.
the modern Prometheus.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that, but I didn't
Right?
get a chance to.
And you know the tale of Prometheus.
More or less.
man who
yeah,
brought
he stole,
fire.
He
yeah.
stole fire from the
the
gods
gods.
and gave it to man, and
But
then
then
he was
Yeah.
cursed to be
Vultures
chained
ate
to a
him.
rock, and a eagle or vulture ate his liver. Harlander refers to
him as Prometheus.
Victor as Prometheus twice. Once when he says, "Can you contain your fire, Prometheus?"
Yeah.
which is a direct reference to
And
the
then
fact
the
that Victor-
eagles. Yeah.
And then when he's about to throw that last piece of the equipment because he won't give him his body, he's like, I will be the eagle that feasts on your liver. So the Prometheus aspects are really much there. And it's not something that's tackled a lot in the other versions.
That's true.
And I'm really glad because it was a sort of alternate title that's really Frankenstein, the modern Prometheus.
Yeah.
That's actual subtitle.
That's
And
great.
it really tells you what the story is actually
This is
about.
just Frank.
No, it's on the inside. It's on the inside.
Okay.
From the outside, it was published as
we
Frankenstein.
both look.
Give me?
Guillermo del Toro. He is really good friends with a video
You.
game director.
Okay.
And the reason why I say best friend, I mentioned him as my best friend a couple of times, is that in 2019, Guillermo del Toro was in a video game. He played a character that was effectively the main character that you control in Death Stranding's best friend. And over time, they grow that relationship together. And what their relationship is very strange in the beginning because of what the main character can't physically connect to others. And Del Toro's character becomes his closest friend because they become so close over a child. This is just an overview of Death Stranding of itself. The reason why I haven't sent you the character's name yet is because the character's name is Dead Man.
Dead Man.
Do you want to know something cool about Dead Man, though?
No.
What?
His character.
Well, yes. I just
Character
no.
design.
This is Guillermo del Toro. See the stitches?
I
Do you
told
want-
you.
Do you want to know something better?
Yeah.
What?
This is a grafted human being. He was not born, he was made.
Who? Dead
This
Man?
This is a
Character, this
Frankenstein's
character.
monster.
See? I told you.
Del Toro's been
He's
doing this for a
obsessed.
while.
He's
and so
obsessed.
so is Kojima. And Kojima's favorite directors, Del Toro's inclusive in that. And he plays a character like this.
Is that what Del Toro actually looks like?
Yes,
Yes.
this is what, without the stitches.
Sure about that?
He's an integral character in the first game because that came out in 2019. And soon after in 2022, he was working on Pinocchio.
Yeah, he
and then in 2025, this comes out. Death Stranding 2 comes out in 2025.
Oh, okay.
Okay? But you have to understand something.
Yes.
Camera. Especially the way cameras functions, the camera moves. Have you noticed that a lot of the time it doesn't look like your standard film sometimes? It looks a bit too warpish on the sides. It's a bit too much of a viewing angle. What I've seen it is that standard films, a lot of the times, they prefer to use 35 millimeters and ahead because it adds a level of compression that looks very nice and it's wide enough that you can get a lot of everything. This film uses a lot of lenses and a lot of things to show grandiose natures of how big certain things are or how wide a certain place can be while using a significantly wider lens, which helps with set design and helps with motion. However, considering the way Kojima films his cinematics in his video games, a lot of the tropes of very wide angles comes from video games, in my opinion, of how seeing a lot of things and seeing a lot of movement, and like especially the way the camera moves a lot of times is very reminiscent of what I believe
right.
Guillermo del Toro's time working with Kojima in making Death Stranding 1 and Death Stranding 2.
So you're saying that Frankenstein is a lot of it is filmed the way it is because of Kojima?
He's saying that.
Yes,
basically.
I'm saying that. And I don't, it's not that I'm not saying it like that.
But the influence is very
influence is visible because here's an amalgam. We can keep talking about this, and I'm just going to mute it because the voice is not important. But look at how wide these lenses are.
Yeah.
This looks like an Assassin's Creed cutscene.
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking about.
It's French, no wonder. But understand this. And
then there's this.
What wide angle lenses do is that in a small space, you can show an insane movement. A tiny movement feels huge because it's like look at how much this could have been like our regular FOV.
Yeah.
But because of how wide the lens is, you can look at how much the camera moves around this one tree. It couldn't have been my span.
Okay.
Arm span. Same. This could have been a tinier set, right? But it allows for this grandiose nature of how everything big feels. Like scale, it helps with scale a ton. Again, with the tower, scale, wide angles. This, again, as much as detail as possible. You get all this movement so you can see how much things move and how many things are in the scene and how much they work towards how making something. Jacob Elordi's movement here as the creature. He doesn't even move that far. He moves a meter. But the fact that we see it visually going for so long shows how lanky he is, how fluid he is. The camera exacerbates this, but now it's not a wide anymore.
Yeah.
Because we've had the precedent set with the previous frame.
Right.
Okay.
And I want to show you an amalgam of two. Wow. Here's in one scene, I have a mix between the two. Okay, so right now, you can see the warping on the edges.
Right there.
It's warping.
The light's warping. You can see.
Exactly. So it makes physically the attributes of the creature are significantly bigger than Oscar Isaac, because he's towards the center of the screen, and you see the creature getting cut off by the edges. You see how big Oscar Isaac's elbow is compared to his rest of his body. That's the camera of the lens warping currently. Do you see it? And that's inherently like an 18mm lens does this. Look, that's not a large distance in my opinion. That must be 2 meters.
2 steps.
But look at how far away he looks.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
And it feels very video gamey. But here's the thing: this is not a wide-angle lens anymore. Now it cuts back to like a regular FOV, so like a 35, and now we're back. Back to a wide. That distance that is created, right? It visually you're seeing it. Now it's back to a level 35, but now we're back to a wide.
Oh my God.
Wow. So it's that back and forth between these two types of cameras.
Really interesting. Holy crap, man!
That's the visual aspect of it, and that's what I found incredible is that
holy shit
from the movement of how the camera moves, especially with how a wider angle lens. But it's not a thing. I just showed you. I couldn't be bothered to clip more of it, but
I think you clipped so much. It's wonderful that you compiled it all as well.
But it happens throughout the whole film, especially when there's areas of movement, areas of scale. To show something that's grandiose, you're gonna get these wide-angle lens shots, which is beautiful. When it's not something it's non-standard basically. You don't see this in film often, or at all, because we were on episode 8 now. We watched 7 films prior to this.
Goddamn.
We watched comedies from the from earlier cinema. We watched dramas from the earlier cinema.
Yeah.
12 Angry Men in a tiny room.
Yeah,
Would that not have benefited from a very wide-angle lens? Mm-hmm. Wasn't the philosophy at the time. Oh. But we're able to do this now, considering how far we've gotten with technology. Okay. But I still believe Guillermo del Toro's time with video games exacerbates his inputs in his modern films.
100%.
Here.
Wow.
Because you watch Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Does it have that? Like wide-angle nature?
Not as much as this. I think it does have 1 or 2 shots that has a wide-angle. But
when did Shape of Water come out? 2016? 2019?
I think no. I'm not sure actually.
Could you Google it for me?
I will Google it. Shape of Water, Shape of You. 2017.
2017.
So then the game was being developed. That means.
Yeah, 2019. At that point, Kojima was making Death Stranding 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Can you do the Owen Wilson wow?
and then this comes up to my discussion that I mentioned this earlier.
Okay.
And you mentioned this a couple of times too. It is, what does it mean to have a cinematic adaptation? Sure. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein, right?
Yeesh.
But the screenplay was developed by Guillermo del Toro for this. He adapted the novel to fit to the big screen.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, a lot of the discourses, especially with regular, I guess I almost said regular films, films of more of an auteur aspect, or films that are normally consumed that are based on source material. Everyone is always like, "Oh, it's not good because it's not faithfully or like one-to-one accurately adapting the book." That is a major discussion that happens every single time when something is adapted from source material.
Mm-hmm.
Is that if it's not one-to-one, it sucks. And a lot of people say that. And that's why I find that the whole point is that you're adapting it, that you have to add something to it. There's some things that you have to bend, and there has to be something that has to be malleable to fit the medium. Exactly. Because what was the point? These recent video games that have been turning into TV shows that are just taking all the cutscenes and making it live action.
Yeah,
what Last of Us Season 1 added extra elements to it to fit a narrative that they wanted to also tell with. It's not just at that point you could have just played the video game, or you could have just watched the video game movie on YouTube. You have to add something. And what I find in this is that yes, Victor's childhood was so different.
I think it's a good addition. Victor's childhood was a good addition.
You have to change it, and that's why I find comic book movies are falling to this. Is that it's not like the comics, like it's a good thing. That's a good thing if it's not like it. It's such a good thing.
But speaking of things that are really great, that are additions, like Harlander is not in the book, obviously.
Yes.
We don't know where he gets his resources and all that from.
Right.
And the fact that the movie spends the first half just explaining where he gets the money, where he gets the equipment, who's funding him, who this guy, who's that guy is. I think those were excellent additions that just help the universe building and add to the story rather than take away from it. The real thing is, when you're adapting something, you're absolutely right. To change it, a one-to-one adaptation will never satisfy the audience as well either. And the reason for that is, especially if you miss the theme.
Right.
A lot of things that do a one-to-one adaptation, like video games, like you mentioned, they miss the theme and the point.
Mm-hmm.
Why? This movie did not miss the theme.
Exactly. It understood its core idea. It
understood the core of what it means to be this character, or what it means to be like this, or in this world, or to do these things. And as long as the theme and the core is there, I can allow, like, I know a lot of people will be like, it's fine if it's not one-to-one. Still, people will say this is one of the best Frankenstein movies ever because the themes are there. The themes that we all love from the book.
At the same time, I don't think this should discredit people from making a one-to-one at times.
Okay.
So, for example, I was thinking about this as you were saying all this. And actually, Ali, our fan, Ali mentioned, because when I asked him his favorite film of all time, he said Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites. I love it. And I've read the book as well. And I remember because I first watched the movie, then I read the book, then I watched the movie again. And when I read the book after watching the movie, I realized there was a lot of scenes that they cut from the cinema, from the release, what was released onto cinema. But if you just take away the things that they cut out, the stuff that's in the movie is pretty much one-to-one with what's in the book.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change anything.
Okay.
And it worked. And it was like Mario Puzo did adapt his book very successfully for the screen.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola adapted Mario Puzo's work for the screen. And he did it without having to change anything. Except, he didn't change anything. The only part is, the second movie is great because obviously that's where he really lets his creative thing go as well. Yeah. Because half that film is just his, it's just his vision. Yeah. And the other half is from the book. So I still feel like you have to have, what am I trying to say? Yeah, if it's going to be, like, if you're saying this is one of the most boring films, if it's a boring film, I don't know. You're
saying one-to-one does not mean it'll be boring.
Yeah, one-to-one.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. My God. I'm really hungry.
Well, that's fair. That's a fair assessment of it. It's just...
But I agree. I do agree with you that it
No,
should.
he's just giving one example. I don't
This is
think
an
you
example,
believe
yeah.
that 1-to-1 is always
No, I don't believe
good.
it. But what I believe is that snobs that say if it's not 1-to-1, it's bad.
Yeah, that's a bad take.
That's
I also-
it's
yes.
inherently an idiotic take.
I
Yes,
agree.
yes.
You have to adapt. You have to change.
Again,
Stories must
I don't
be
think
valuable.
you have to, but I think if you do and if it's done well, beautiful.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because you can do like you said, you can do a 1-to-1 and have it
It
be
still
good.
works.
So I
It
don't
doesn't
think
need
it's
to
a
have
fixed
to.
rule, but yes, I do agree. Snobs who believe that it should only be exactly what's in the book should be on screen. No, because sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you just can't.
Again, like every adaptation is not a 1-to-1. I just look for the most accurate that carries the theme. Like,
Yeah.
even the 90s Kenneth Branagh version is not a 1-to-1, but it does the best at keeping the elements the same. Like Elizabeth is his fiance.
Right.
The creature is this. The creature. That's good stuff for me. Like, because I feel like I can easily see this as a film.
Because eventually, you have to come back to how stories been told for long before film have. Is that when you're telling stories from one person to another,
Things
embellishments happen, things change, and that's what makes beautiful stories. That everyone adds their own flair to it, and that's inherently what a human experience is.
Yeah, 100%.
Spin the wheel.
All right, so this week we've got. I
Some
don't get to put an
tangents.
option because I vetoed last week and we watched Frankenstein.
We did.
Ali, what you've put in an option, Hussein's put in an option, and we've got 2 fan suggestions. We got way more, but we can't. We'll put those in next week because you can't fit in everyone. But we will eventually get to those. So we've got 2 fan options for now.
Fan options are.
The fan options are Tick Tick Boom and Man on Fire. So let's spin the wheel. Let's see. It's
A
Man
fan
on
option.
Fire. A fan option. All right. Man on Fire. Denzel Washington. That's the one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't know why I
great.
played that.
I will not veto it. I'm tempted, but I won't veto it.
What did you want to watch? You really want to watch Time to Kill? TTK?
Yeah, but it's okay. We're gonna do Man on Fire. I'm
We're
gonna
cut
save
this part
my
out
veto.
so that
No!
the fans don't feel bad.
No,
No,
that's fine,
the
that's
fans should know that I'm a nice boy. I'm a nice boy.
fine. Anyways,
All right, Man on Fire is our next film.
thank you
Yes,
for watching,
next,
everyone.
Next 2 weeks from now, we'll be watching Man on Fire.
Everyone that has joined this this episode, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for wonderful comments. They were
Your
amazing.
comments were beautiful. This is what we wanted from the first episode. It's like, make this a film club.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
join who
Yeah.
watch the film with us, have their comments, say their things, say their piece as
Thanks to
well.
Ali Tahir for joining us
Yes,
for our
thank
featured
you,
fan
thank you.
segment.
And we
everyone
hope
that
to
have
see
the
a lot
comments.
of you on our next FAFs.
Next.
On our future
We'll be
FAFs.
putting
One
up
of
a
you.
poll, like always, on our
Yes.
story.
On Instagram, if you haven't followed us there, please follow us on Instagram. We had a TikTok, but it's not as managed.
We
as-
have a Spotify, so if you're
yeah.
No, but the poll's going on Instagram. Let's talk about
yeah,
Instagram.
but on Spotify, the episodes do come out if you
In
want to
audio
listen to it instead. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is visual, so you don't get to see. Actually, you can see it on Spotify because I upload the video onto Spotify.
You can
So yeah,
upload videos to
yeah, so you had both. You can watch
I
the
didn't
video.
even know you
and-
could do that.
But that's lagging behind still, so you're gonna still see like an older episode.
look, we
YouTube
recommend
it, bro.
YouTube and
Just
Instagram.
YouTube's the
it, my
best.
man.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe,
And hope you enjoyed this
Yes,
week's episode. Let us know what you
yes.
think of the movie down in the comments below as well.
I'm gonna go pee.
I'd see you. Bye bye.
Thank you, Hussain.
Bye, guys.
Go pee.
No, I just said that first thing. It's
Yeah,
fine.
but this is probably going to be in the episode. It's
I
gonna
love
end
it. I love it. I
when
love.
Ali just leaves it just
Please,
a bit
Ali, leave the
naturally in
little
there.
pee thing in.
He
I
is
love